On March 8, 2025, two fighters will take the ring at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, but this isn't just any boxing bout. This rivalry has been simmering for years and is finally poised to boil over. Lamont Roach Jr. will meet Gervonta, Tank, Davis, and the stakes couldn't be greater. This is more than a championship fight. It's about pride, legacy, and a divided city. Roach, a skilled and determined boxer, is taking on one of the world's most feared fighters, a man with an undefeated 30-0 record and knockout power that has crushed opponents. But Roach is not intimidated. This is his chance to prove he is not simply another name on Tank's skill list. Tensions between the two boxers have been growing for weeks, if not months. It all began with a series of social media posts in which both men competed not just in the ring, but also online. Gervonta Davis, known for his flamboyant nature, shared footage of his tough gym routine, demonstrating his strength and proving to the world that he was in peak condition for the fight. But Lamont Roach was not about to let Tank grab the spotlight. Roach swiftly responded by posting his own training tape, which demonstrated his abilities and determination. The internet went berserk as followers questioned which training video was more spectacular. It wasn't simply a physical fight, it was a battle of egos, and both men were throwing punches before even entering the ring. However, this is more than just social media conflicts. Roach and Tank have a lengthy history, extending back to their amateur days. Both boxers were rising stars in amateur boxing, representing two competing cities, Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. This local rivalry has only grown stronger over time, and it now involves more than simply municipal pride. It's about demonstrating who is genuinely the best. Both men were highly respected as amateurs, but they were not the fighters they are today. They have both evolved. Roach, at 29, is on a 6-fight winning streak, demonstrating that he possesses the talent, determination, and drive to compete at the highest levels of the sport. Tank, on the other hand, has established himself as one of the world's most deadly fighters, known for knocking out anyone who tries to enter the ring with him. Despite Tank's notoriety, Roach is certain that he can challenge him. "I'm not here to be intimidated by Tank's reputation," Roach told me. While many boxers succumb to Tank's mind tricks, his ability to mentally destroy opponents before the first bell, Roach has a different approach. He understands Tank's might and propensity to wear down his opponents, but Roach is focused on something Tank's previous opponents have sometimes overlooked: strategy. "I'm coming into this fight with a game plan," Roach said, knowing that just reacting to Tank's every move would be a losing tactic. Roach has researched Tank and understands his strengths and shortcomings. He intends to avoid being dragged into Tank's mind games by focusing on his own strategy, rather than reacting to Tank's every move. However, no matter how well prepared Roach is, Tank's unpredictable nature cannot be ignored. Davis has garnered headlines in recent months for his off-the-cuff conduct, as well as his fighting ability. His social media presence has been nothing short of wild, with one specific tweet in December 2024 shocking the boxing world. Tank announced that his highly anticipated fight with Roach has been cancelled, with no explanation or clarification. The announcement sent shockwaves throughout the boxing community. Fans and commentators speculated whether Tank was withdrawing from the fight, or merely trying to get into Roach's head. Was this one of Tank's infamous meltdowns, or was something else going on? Lamont Roach, ever the professional, did not get caught up in the drama. He remained calm, delivered a joint statement with his father, and stated unequivocally that the struggle was still ongoing. While reports of the cancellation spread like wildfire, Roach remained focused, refusing to let external noise distract him from what he had worked so hard for. This level of serenity in the face of such uncertainty demonstrates Roach's mental toughness. He's been in the game for a long time and has discovered that the mental aspect of boxing is equally as vital as the physical. He understands that Tank's unpredictability is something he must deal with, but he has learnt not to let it influence his preparation. Tank is intimately familiar with the mental component of boxing. Throughout his career, Davis has exploited his talent to break down opponents both psychologically and physically. His fear of losing, of being embarrassed in front of the world, motivates him. Tank has stated in numerous interviews that his greatest fear is not the punch that knocks him out, but the risk of losing in front of his supporters. "I just don't want to look bad," Tank explained. "I don't want to be embarrassed, especially in front of all these people." This dread has been the driving factor behind his success, propelling his rigorous training and aggressive behavior in the ring. It's why he's been able to knock out opponents with such force. It's not just the physical power of his punches, it's the mental advantage he has over them. Tank's mental tactics, however, do not intimidate Roach. Roach understands that Tank's fear of losing is part of what makes him so deadly, but he is willing to confront it head-on. "I have trained for this moment," Roach stated, aware that remaining calm and composed would be critical to his success. "I don't look at Lamont the same way everyone else does. I know what I am capable of." Roach has encountered adversity before, and he understands that the key to defeating Tank is to remain mentally sharp and execute his game plan, regardless of what Tank throws at him. In fact, Roach believes his mental toughness is what distinguishes him from Tank's previous opponents. While Tank's reputation of invincibility has terrified many combatants, Roach has overcome his own hurdles and emerged victorious. "I'm not worried about what Tank does outside the ring," Roach told me. "I have been through too much to let his mind games throw me off course." Roach has a history of tough battles and isn't afraid of a challenge. He understands that Tank is one of the finest, but he also recognizes that he possesses the talents and mentality to outwork him. This fight is more than simply a championship for Roach. This is his opportunity to demonstrate that he belongs at the pinnacle of the sport. "If I win, my life and my family's lives will change forever," Roach remarked, his voice full with conviction. For him, this is a war for legacy. It's about proving to the world that he is one of the best fighters in the world, not just in his weight class, but in boxing overall. Roach's family has been there for him every step of the way, from his first days in the gym to the present, and they want him to make an impact. "I have worked my whole life for this opportunity," Roach told me. "This is what I have been preparing for." Roach's camp has been rigorous. He's been sparring with larger, stronger fighters to prepare for Tank's might. He has worked on his movement, defense, and ability to be elusive in the ring. He understands that standing stationary against Tank is a death sentence. Instead, Roach is concentrating on keeping light on his feet, landing swift counters, and using his speed and agility to outmaneuver Tank. His father, Lamont Roach Sr., has had a significant impact on his preparation, helping him stay grounded and focused. Roach Sr. is a hard-nonsense trainer who has made it obvious that there is no space for diversions. "Every session is about preparation and improvement," he told me. "We are not concerned about what the media or fans are saying. It's all about preparing Lamont for the fight of his life." The stakes couldn't be higher for either man. A win for Roach would propel him to the top ranks of boxing, whilst a loss for Tank would mar his flawless record. But Roach is unconcerned with what Tank has done in the past. He is focused on what he can do right now. "I know what I'm capable of," Roach explained. "And when I step into that ring, I'm going to show the world that I'm ready." As the fight approaches, the question remains, can Roach overcome the mental and physical barriers that Tank has built up over the years? Or will Tank show why he has been undefeated for so long? Whatever happens, one thing is certain, this will be a struggle for the ages. And when the dust settles, only one combatant will emerge victorious. Will it be champion Gervonta, Tank, Davis or hungry underdog Lamont Roach Jr.? Stay tuned to discover out.